we were both of us very naughty. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Father, we can hear you.
Yes. So I was very naughty, and our teacher seemed to have asked us, what would you like to become? Just like you are small boys. We were asked in the class, what would you like to become? And I told them, I seem to have told in the class that I want to become a priest. And this friend of mine who was sitting next to me, he started laughing. And he told that if you, Naveen, become a priest, I don't believe that you will become a priest, but if you become a priest, I will gift you the dress that the priests wear. So this was a kind of a challenge. And from after the school, we all got separated. We went. It was almost after 20 years. Then thereafter, after school, I joined the seminary to become a priest and then studied philosophy, theology, almost 15 years in the seminary. I became a priest. But then this friend of mine was separated, never knew where he was. He remembered this promise and sent this particular vestment as a kind of a gift on the occasion of the most important day of my life. So from then, we restarted our friendship, and today we are friends again. So sometimes, at least in my life, I have found that friendship can be a kind of a gift, it can be a grace and a blessing when we have friends with us around us and the places that we live. So, do you have friends in your school? Do you have friends in your church or in your neighborhood? Those who are there, can I hear from you? Do you have some good friends?
Uh, yes, Father, I have good friends
Oh, yo,
in
good
my
friend. Then what
in my
about
school.
others? Do you have some good friends? I see there are so many participants, maybe some are muted. Okay. Can we go to the next slide? See, these are my friends. Now, we all of us, 20 of us, we were ordained priests, 19, 20 of us. So these are all priests working in different parts of the world. Someone is in South Africa, someone is Brazil, someone in Mexico, someone in Japan, someone in Ireland. But then we still keep up the friendship because we lived together for 15 years before we became friends. And I don't say that I'm close friend of everyone, but in this group, all are my friends, but someone are very close to my heart, whom I trust, I share. In fact, I trust all priests, but when I want to call up someone, because all will not be available to me to share something, so I call someone whom I like and immediately I share my difficulties. So therefore, it's very important to have, as the title says, need to have a friendship circle. And this in friendship circle, you may have a just friends, maybe good friends, or may have close friends, or may have best friends. And therefore, the Bible says, he who has found a friend has found a, can someone answer me? He who has a friend has found a treasure. Found a treasure. If you take Sirach chapter 6, verse 15, you will find that he who has found a friend has found a treasure. Can we move to the next slide? So this is where I live in Rome. I live in a community where there are 60 priests. Now you can see from the very colors of their clothes, they come from all different regions. So someone is from Philippines to my left, and then from India, then from Togo, then from Ghana. You can see on the corner, someone is wearing a very different dress. He's from Ghana. We all come from different regions, different places. And some are tall, some are fat. That's why I said friends come in all colors, sizes, and shapes. Okay. But what is important is beyond this color, size, and shapes is a good heart. What is the first thing that we require as a friend is a good heart. And therefore, Pope Francis says, what I have noticed, I have put on the board, friends may be quite different from one another, but they always have things common that draw them closer in mutual openness and trust. So the first thing that we need is good heart, openness, and trust. Can we move to the next slide? This is the second thing of the beauty of friendship is friends come at different stages of life. This is my high school group. When I was in the 8th standard, I don't know whether you're able to see, I'm on the last row, standing on one corner. These are all my high school friends. I am not in touch with all of them, but some of them are very good friends from my school. So sometimes you may get good friends at the school, some may get good friends at the church, some may be in the locality, neighborhood. So there are friends who come into your life at different stages of life. Now, if you ask your parents, your dad or mom, if you ask your dad, who is your best friend? I'm sure your dad will say, your mom, my wife is my best friend. So sometimes the definition of best friend can be within a family itself. Sometimes I can say to my elder brother, you are like my friend, because sometimes though he's a brother, he's more than a brother because I share everything with him, because friends are the ones with whom we would like to share. Can we move to the next slide? So these are my friends in Italy. When I came to Italy about 9 years ago, I had to learn a new language. I'm sure because now you are in a new place. Some of you are from India. I can see some from Philippines, some from India. So different countries you are there. And when you go to a new place, you have to learn a new language. So when I came to Italy, so I was new to this place, new to this culture, and there were many other people who came. This language. So you can say that I never thought I would make friends with some of them, but when I came here to Italy, I met some of these friends. I made friendship with them. So have you also made friends in different places? Can I see? Can I hear from some of you who are there in the group? James, did you make friends in new place? Because most of you are muted, so I can't hear from you. Maybe you would like to share later. Can I hear from, say, Alexander? Oh, no. Yes, Chloe. Did you have a similar experience of going to a new place and making a kind of a wonderful? I get some messages. Yes, I made a new friend in Singapore. I made a new friend in Hong Kong. I think I'm getting messages. So I'm very happy that some of you are listening to my talk and responding to me, making friends in. Can we move to the next slide? I met friends. Okay, wonderful. Now we come to the Bible. Did Jesus have friends? Please message me in the box. Yes. All those who say that Jesus is wonderful, I'm getting messages. Yes, Jesus had friends. As you can see in this particular picture, is kind of the chosen. You can see that these were the chosen ones, those were around Jesus, the so-called the friend circle. Can I move to the next slide? I will show you who were these friends. See, all these friends were ordinary people. Some of them were fishermen. Do you remember who were the fishermen? Peter, his brother Andrew, James, John. These were all ordinary people, Jewish men. But Jesus chooses them. Do you remember what are the words that Jesus called them when he wanted to make friends with them? Can anyone remember from the gospel? What are the words that Jesus told them when he met for the first time? Do you remember any of them from the Gospels that you have read? What are the words that Jesus told Peter, Andrew, James, and John? He said, "Come and follow me." And in John's Gospel, he says, "Come and see." So Jesus gives an invitation to his friends to come and be with them. Then what happens when Jesus starts going to Jerusalem? They all become his travel companions. They will always be with Jesus. Now, friends going. I'm sure some of you, when you go to school, or say when you go to the church, you go together, you become travel companions. You will tell your parents, "I don't like to come with you, I'll go with my friends." So also when Jesus was moving from one place to the other, he had friends. So they became travel companions. And then just before Jesus' death, on the day Jesus was celebrating his Last Supper, Jesus told them, "I call you my friends. I call you my friend." Then after resurrection, Jesus calls these friends my brothers, my brothers. And finally, Jesus sends them as apostles. Go and preach, tell others what I have taught you. So, friend is the one who shares about Jesus. So, if I am a friend of Jesus, I share about Jesus to others. Okay, can we move to the next slide to see who were the other friends of Jesus? Yes, Jesus said, "You are my friends, and I have called you friends." So these are the beautiful words that I want you to write down in your paper, write down, say, and put it on your door, or say, put it on your table, put it on the fridge or somewhere, to say that this is Jesus is telling me, "You are my friends, and I have called you friends." Okay, can we move to the next slide? So now, Jesus had friends, both rich and poor. If you go to Simon Pharisee, this is people. I'm sure among you, maybe friends with some rich people or middle age. Of course, that doesn't middle class, but that doesn't matter. Don't see the money of friends, and we become friends. But in Jesus' time, Jesus was invited by many of people who were very rich, and Jesus attended this called the dinner parties. Do you remember any other rich people Jesus called? Can someone message me in the box? Uh, who could be the other rich people that Jesus was invited for dinner and to share the friendship with? Do you remember Levi or Matthew? Do you remember Zacchaeus from the Gospels? So these were all very rich people. Can we move to the next slide? See, Jesus also made friends with the poor people. So, to the extent that people started accusing Jesus, look, Jesus is going to the house of the poor people. He's a glutton, he's a drunkard. See the word there, he has become a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Friend of tax collectors. Nobody wanted to make friendship with tax collectors and sinners, but Jesus makes a friendship. So, do you also, sometimes in your life, you must ask yourself, am I also very choosy about friends? Am I very choosy about friends? I choose some people and I don't choose someone. But Jesus loved everyone. But he made also friends whom the society said, no, they are not good people. But he became, and therefore, it is a lesson for all of us. We call ourselves Christian children, Christian teenagers, Christian youth. And this is a beautiful lesson that if you have a good heart, then you make friends with others. Can we move to the next slide? So this is what I was supposed to share with you, that Jesus also had friends at Bethany. Now, Bethany means house of poor. So you can see that Jesus is going to the house of the poor people, to the poor village, Bethany, to the house of the poor. And as you can see in the picture, whom do you see in the picture? Can someone message? Who are these two people? Can someone guess who are these two people with Jesus in Bethany?
The two sisters, sir.
Two
One of
sisters. Very good.
the
Who is
one the
that?
sisters of the man who was resurrected.
Yes. What is his name? Was resurrected. It's on the screen. If you pay attention, you get the word.
Their names are Mary and Martha.
And what about brother's name? Can you see on the screen? It is there, his name. What is the only male name there is there besides Jesus? Where I put something in red color. Lazarus. Can you see?
Yeah, Lazarus.
Can you see there? Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. They were brother and sisters. And Jesus goes to their village. Now, why does Jesus go to their house? Because Jesus was always traveling. And these were the friends who always welcome Jesus. So another beautiful quality of friend is that I welcome my friends. I spend time with. So Jesus also was a human person. We call him God, but he was also equally human. He also needed friends. So when he was traveling, when he was preaching the good news, telling about God, he went to the house of Mary, Martha. Now, interestingly, do you remember what Martha was doing there in the house when Jesus came? She was cooking.
She
Whereas,
was preparing everything while Mary was
she was preparing
listening.
everything while Mary was listening. Listening. And now it's very important. During Jesus' time, only men or male disciples could sit and listen. Women were supposed to be in the kitchen. They are not supposed to listen to the teacher because they felt that women are not intelligent. They are not sent to the school. They do not know about the scripture. They do not know in the kitchen. But Jesus did not believe that. He said all men and women are equal. If I can be friends with men, I can also be friends with women. And therefore, he gave that place of a disciple even to Mark, even to Mary. So Mary was sitting and listening to Jesus, but Martha was busy doing things for Jesus. And at the end, Jesus says, you are my friends, but listening to me, being with me is more important than doing things for me. So that's why he says, yes, he says, Mary has chosen the better part, which will not taken away from her. The meaning is that the true friend is the one who sits and listens to Jesus. Can we move to the next slide? Now, Jesus trusted his friends. Now, I have shown the pictures of two friends here. Can you please tell me who are these two friends here? Could be possible. See, one is Peter, another is Judas. Now, look at Jesus loved them equally. But next week, when we celebrate Holy Week, we will see how these two friends of Jesus broke his trust. They betrayed him. So also in our life, my dear friends, when you make friendship, all friends may not be sincere to you, honest to you. Some of them will break your trust. Peter denied Jesus to the extent that I do not know this man. This is the Peter who went with Jesus, ate with Jesus, did everything with Jesus. But at the end, when the real trials come, so he actually denied Jesus. So we say in English something called fair weather friends. I'm friend with someone only in good weather. When the difficult times come, sometimes in my life, others don't help me, or in other friends, when difficult times come, I don't help them. Then the second one is Judas. You can see how Judas kisses Jesus, gives a kiss on his cheek, and he betrays him and he hands him over. So sometimes you may also feel that your friends have broken your trust and betrayed. Okay, the next slide. So according to Jesus, who is a good friend? So I have given you acronyms. So you can remember, friends, there are 6 letters, F-R-I-E-N-D. Okay. So a friend is a faithful friend, the first quality. The second one is, my friend has to be a reliable friend. Third one, I'm very close or intimate. Fourth one is to be a friend means empathetic, in the sense, in the moment of someone's difficult, I feel with him. Then N means never failing. I never say no to my friend when there is a help. And D means dependable. Okay. So can you please all say loudly, says who is a friend? Repeat after me. A friend is faithful. A friend is
Faithful,
reliable.
reliable,
A friend is intimate.
intimate,
A friend is empathetic.
empathetic,
A friend is never failing.
never failing,
A friend is dependable.
dependable.
So today I want to give you a homework. In maybe after this session, look at these 6 qualities and find out how many of your friends are faithful to you, reliable to you, close to you, who are empathetic to you, never failing, and are dependable. And then you would know who are your true friends and with whom you want to be a good friend. Since my time is getting over, I would like to just show you the next slide immediately. So today we make lots of friends, maybe on the social media, but what is important, they are not sometimes our real friends. Okay, sometimes they are only the virtual friends, impersonal friends. Because I may be sitting here in Rome and I'm making friendship someone in Indonesia whom I don't know. But on the net, on WhatsApp, on YouTube or Instagram, or say Twitter, I may make someone add as a friend, but I would never know. So these friends are called impersonal virtual friends. So it's always good to have real friends in your school, in your locality, in your neighborhood, and someone you can always see, talk to. Okay. Can we move to the next slide? Okay. So how to become a good friend of Jesus? Okay. So I have tips here to be a good friend of Jesus. First is that I go for the Holy Mass. Whenever it's possible for me, I attend the Holy Mass because during the Mass, I get to know Jesus. I listen to his word, I receive it. Secondly, I read the Bible. So that is the second way of reading, making friendship with Jesus. Third, I make prayers. Pray every day. So in order to make a deep friendship with Jesus. Fourth one is helping Jesus friends. Because I told you, Jesus is friends with everyone. So if someone is in need, I help him. So I help Jesus friends. And then listening to Jesus friends. And finally, I share about Jesus to others. I share about Jesus to others. So finally, my dear friends, Jesus, before he died, he made a friend. Can I go to the next slide? Okay, move just to the last slide. We will see this one perhaps later. Yes. So we have a hymn called What a Friend We Have in Jesus, which we are going to sing at the end. But I want to show you one more slide. Can we move 2 slides further? Yes, the next. Yes, this is the one. Now, you know that this is the last moment of Jesus' death. That Jesus is about to die on the cross. Next week, we celebrate the Good Friday. And there is a thief on the right-hand side of Jesus. Everyone is insulting Jesus, mocking Jesus. But there is one thief who says, Lord, remember me when you come into your paradise kingdom. Now, this man, throughout his life, he did bad things. But Jesus did not reject him. Jesus got a new friend when he went to heaven. Or Jesus, you can literally say, he stole a friend before his death and made him a friend in heaven. And therefore, Jesus says, no one has greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. So thank you, my dear friend. This is the message that I want to give, that Jesus has, as our friend, he has laid down his life for us. And we are called to be true friends to others. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. for the wonderful talk. I'm sure everyone here has learned something new. For me personally, the message that stood out the most was when you wanted to become a priest in school and how your friend said that you won't become it, and if you did, he would give you the dress that priest wears. And after school, you all got separated, but even after 20 years, he still remembered his promise. And now you're still friends.
Yes.
Moving
Thank you,
on,
Alan. Thanks for
yeah,
remembering the beautiful thought. Yes.
thank you, Father. Uh, Moving on, we have prepared Sebastian to share us with his with share to share with us how this talk has applied to his daily lives. Let us please welcome Sebastian.
Hi, I'm Sebastian, and hello. I'm going to be talking about maybe a story. I'll just tell you guys a story about my friends and I. And if I'm being honest, um, God has not really played that much of a part in how in my life in terms of how my friendships have been going. Although I have seen um, God as a friend of sorts at times. It's not in the sense that I go to him and I like start praying. I like clasp my hands together and I think, oh, okay, in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, God, hello, and then I have this old formal talk. Sometimes I just think to myself and say, hey God, how is this? And I'm not quite sure if that's really formal or if that's really how one's supposed to do it. But then that's how I usually do it. And sometimes when I feel confused or I'm really angry, like why is this so unfair? Why is this like this? And then gets so confusing. Life gets so confusing and it gets so distressful. I think, okay, God, why are you doing this to me? And then like sometimes I do get mad, and then of course that's how it goes. But then like friends and like for anybody, if you're going to see God as a friend, or if for example as I see God as a friend, for most people you be honest with him, you be honest with yourself, and you be honest to with any friends you might have, whether it be God, whether it be anyone in your school, or whoever you see as a friend in your life. And to God you have to be honest, but then you also have to try to like understand and have the same standard you have with other people towards God. And that's what my perspective is towards that. In terms of actual friendships, like to my actual friends, not my actual friends, but then friends that I have like in school, I personally haven't had that much drama compared to maybe like other people who might like have fights all the time. But then I do see that people who do have drama, they have, it's always like, okay, close friends are having problems, and that's how it is. And fights do happen. It's just a natural part of life. But then also the solution to those would not always be the same, obviously. And some people might, sometimes it might be unreconcilable. But then the best way to do it is just trying your best to understand one another. It's a relationship, a friendship is a mutual thing. You have to give, you have to try to understand one another. That's how it works. And basically, although I have no personal um, major stories that I can very much relate to, this is the stories that I do have. Although I do, and I know, and I can agree with um, father's points in saying that friends must be dependable. I have had a lot of problems, and I've faced a lot of different issues in my life, and then I've had to go to my friends, to my family, and they've told me, "Oh, excuse me, was I lagging before? No." Um, I've went to my friends or family. I've went to them with my problems, with whatever was facing was putting me in a block and putting me in a rut. And I went to them and I asked for them for advice to comfort me, to just listen to me. That's just how it is, and that's how friends should be. And I'm extremely grateful to having friends in my life. And I'd say that having friends is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And really, you should really spend more time with them if you haven't yourself, and try your best to be a better person yourself towards them as they are to you. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Sebastian.
Thank you, Sebastian, for the insightful. Thank you, Sebastian. I really agree with what you said. Now, let us move forward to the question and answer session. Please feel welcome to ask Father Naveen, or you can message us your questions. Father, I have a question for you. Why do we
Yes.
have to select our friends? Why can't we be everyone's?
It's a wonderful question. Why can't we be friends with everyone? You remember that I showed you in the presentation um, picture of all my 19 classmates with whom, like, we were all ordained priests together. So I told you that, see, sometimes it happens that we become friends, and sometimes some people will not be available to us. So our friendship will depend upon sometimes the circumstances. If someone is close to you, because you will pay more attention to the person who are next to you. So imagine someone who is in this group, leaves this group and goes to another country. It will be very difficult to keep, say, friendship with. I'm not saying that there cannot be distant friends, but then it always depends upon the nearness of the friends. So sometimes in the class, it would be someone will be very close to you because of certain reasons. Maybe two of you are very intelligent students in the class. So I would like to be friends with someone who is intelligent and not intelligent student. Secondly, I would like to make, it can be also, sometimes I make friendship with someone from my own building. No, I don't want to make friendship with someone from the other building or someone from my city and not from someone. So when we make friends, there are a lot of consideration. So our human tendency, humanly thinking, we tend to make friendship who are actually very close to us, depending upon our circumstances and depending upon the environment where we live. It is good to make friends with all, but it is very difficult to be with friends with everyone.
Guys, if you have any question, you can type it in the chat while we wait for Father to come back.
I'm sorry, I'm back. Yes. So thank you for asking me that question. Okay. So, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, Father, we can hear you.
Yes.
Father, we have another question.
Okay.
Why do friends betray us?
See,
friends.
sometimes the intention to make friends with someone would be wrong. So we make friends if we want to get some things from our friends, or we make friendship for some selfish interest. Okay. So what happens is that if I don't get what I want from the other person, so naturally we betray. Say, let's, for example, you see, I'll take the example of Jesus and say, for example, Peter. Now, Jesus was, say, arrested, and Peter knew that something would happen to Jesus. Perhaps he would be killed. Now, Peter was afraid that if Jesus is killed, he too will be killed because he is his good friend. So, therefore, he says, I don't know this man. Why? So that Peter can be safe, so that I don't die with Jesus. So, sometimes the friendships are like that. I want to be in the safe comfort zone, and I have my own motives, my selfish motives, ulterior. It can be the other, no? So that's the reason sometimes the friendships don't work. So sometimes it could be, I'm not saying that sometimes the friendships can break when the intentions are not right, when the friendships are made based on wrong reasons. And therefore, I told who is a friend is a faithful, reliable, intimate. Someone who decides, I won't be a good friend. I just want to I just want to exploit him. I know that my friend has money. So I'll be friends. He will take me to the hotel, or he will take me to a restaurant. He will take me to a club. He will take me to the party. So if our friendships are based on wrong motives, wrong purposes, then the friendships break. That's what I want to share with you. You may have your own reasons. I can also ask you, what do you feel? Why do the friendships actually break? No? So I'm all of us have experienced that sometimes our friends have not supported us, betrayed us. You are also free to share why such things happen. Do we
Thank
have
you.
any other question?
Yes, Father, we have one more question. Should we listen?
Wonderful.
Should we listen to advice from our best friends or from family?
Oh, this is a wonderful question. uh, so, in fact, it's both. You listen to your friends, but also listen to your family. Okay. But what I would say is that what your friend says, bring it to parents. Because want to make a decision in want to get something, we are our friends. But we realize that our parents have more experience than anybody else in this world. That's why it's very important. Okay, you have a friend, listen to him, but then what happens? It's just like, say, for example, with a doctor. So you go to a doctor, you take a second opinion. So you go to your friend, listen to him, but also go to your parents and cross the advice that your friends give. So it's better to consider both. And I must say that listen to your parents more than any.
I think Father has lagged out. Let us please wait for him.
Melbourne, you can post the questions for breakout room while we wait so that everyone can see first.
Yes, I'm really sorry. I think the internet is not allowing me to be friends with you for this. So I'm glad that I'm back. My advice is to you, my tip is to you, listen to your parents, listen to your friends, cross check with your parents. Yeah, good.
Thank you, Father, for answering our questions. Let us now move forward to our breakout room. Melbourne, would you like to explain for the breakout room?
Thank you, Dallin. Okay, so guys, now we're gonna move on to the breakout room. We have like 4 questions for the breakout room. Let me just copy paste the questions in the chat. Okay, there you go. If you see in the chat box, there's the 4 questions that you all need to answer. So facilitators, please take note of the questions so that you could ask in your breakout room. And then another thing I want to say for the last question, it says, do you have any favorite friendship verse in the Holy Bible to help you in the situation? But then for the last question, you have to post the answer in a Jamboard. I will share the Jamboard link right now. So here, I sent it in the chat box, the Jamboard link. So after you finish sharing for the 3 questions, then when you move on to the last questions, after you guys answer it, your favorite friendship verse, please write the verse in the Jamboard. So basically, let me share the Jamboard. In this Jamboard, if you don't know what a Jamboard is, it's like a whiteboard. You guys can see my screen, right? There's like it's like a whiteboard, and then there's like 10 slides. I create 10 slides. So you guys will be for like 10 groups. So in those 10 groups, so this is for breakout room 1, breakout room 2. So the number of the number, like for example, if you are the breakout room number 2, please write your answers in this one, in slide 2. If you are breakout room 3, please write your answers in slide 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's the second thing. And the third thing, please, facilitators, make sure to remember to photo when after you guys are done. Please have like a photo and just screenshot it and send it to Auntie Alpha, I think. Wait, there's someone in the chat box asking. The access is denied for the Jamboard. Oh, okay. I think I'll rearrange the settings, but then after that, I think you guys could be able to access and then write down your answers. Do you guys have any questions about the Jamboard? Oh, actually, the Auntie Ilona, is Auntie Ilona here?
Yes, I'm here.
Auntie,
I'm doing the last setting, and then I'll open quickly the breakout room.
Auntie, could you say like which breakout room is which number so that we all could know like which one we're supposed
Okay,
to?
sure. Breakout room number 1 is Bianca. Breakout room number 2 is Melbournia. Number 3 is James Liao. Number 4 is Sebastian. Number 5 is Casey. Number 6 is Jarvis. Number 7 is Dalin. Number 8 is Dominic. Number 9 is Kelly. Number 10 is Samuel. Number 11 is Clement. Okay, so I think I'm going to open now. So everyone,
Wait, Auntie,
please choose your breakout room.
Auntie, can you give me a second? I shared another link, so that's the updated one. Could you guys check if you guys could access it? I already made it so that everyone could access it and edit it.
Sorry, Melbournia. Access what again?
The Jamboard, sorry, because just
Oh, yeah,
now
we can
some
access it.
people Okay, thank you. Auntie, I think it's done.
Yeah.
Did
Please
it.
give me like a few seconds to press the button.
Okay. So guys, like what Auntie Ilona mentioned, if you're in, I think the facilitators will know which group they are. So just follow them. But facilitators, please make sure you know what number you are, yeah, so that you could write it in the Jamboard.
Okay, I'm still having here a few in the main room. Can you please select your breakout room? I still have here Chloe, Darren, Madeline, Janice, Nicolene, Patricia Pang and Sydney Swandi, please choose your breakout room. Jason, please choose your breakout room too.
We can choose any, right, class? Or am I supposed to?
Can you see it? Can you make a choice?
Okay.
Okay,
So just join any.
just join any, yes. Okay, I'm not sure if Madeline is a YF, a youth, or a parent. Not sure. And also James H. If you want.
Sorry, miss, my Zoom crashed. I just joined back.
Oh, okay. Please choose your breakout room. Thank you. Okay, they're all in.
Thank you, Sis Ilona.
You're welcome.
Father Naveen, for your valuable time. It was a wonderful session. Father Naveen, you're there?
Yes, I'm there. I can hear you.
Okay, it was a lovely session, Father. The way you connected from your childhood to your university, then to the connected to the Bible. It was
Sorry, Ilona.
so
Can we turn off the YouTube first? And then Alpha said we turn it off first and then turn it